All right. Good morning, everybody. Early morning crypto talk. Bitcoin Brandon is here. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you're logging in from. Where are you listening in from? We are live. See, we've got TC Dixon, Mafoose, Court Gomez, Rohan from Atlanta, Lashana, Tony Pinkston, Ray Fountain from Cleveland. TC is in Canada. Court's in Georgetown, Guyana. Tony Pinkston out in Philly. Good morning, everybody, on this Tuesday morning. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestions, and it is up to you to make an informed decision on which direction you want to take. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 30 days, 60 days, a month, 6 months from now, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? What are your goals? Stay focused. Do not get distracted. Now, this will not guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. All right, as always, we get our morning started off with education. Education is so important in this space. It will save you a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of pain. So this morning, there's a couple of good news articles out here that I want to cover, and I need to turn my screen on to share. So give me 1 second to do that. Here we go. Still getting used to this whole YouTube live thing. All right, should pop up in a second. You'll be able to see my screen. Welcome, Shauna from North Carolina. How you guys doing out there? The flooding, everything. I don't think you guys got it that bad. Okay. First up, we're going to talk about Google. And I will put this link so you guys can follow along. Where am I getting my stuff from? All right, first up, Google. Google to reverse crypto ad ban for exchanges advertising in US and Japan. So you guys don't know, what was it back in, when did that ban come in? February or March, where Facebook and Google did all banned all crypto advertisements in the name of security, preventing scams and all that, when really Facebook was eliminating their competition and coming up with their own blockchain stuff, sticking it to the Winklevoss twins. So, and they reversed theirs. So finally, Google is now going to do a reversal. Google is set to update its ad policy in October, reallowing some crypto businesses to advertise on its platform. The company announced this in an official post Tuesday, September 25th. According to the official announcement, starting in October, Google will allow registered cryptocurrency exchanges to advertise on its platform, targeting the U.S. and Japanese audiences. The announcement says advertisers will need to be certified with Google for the specific country in which their ads will serve. Advertisers will be able to apply for certification once the policy launches in October. The decision follows an announcement in March that all crypto-related businesses will be banned from buying ads on Google AdWords, described by industry insiders as unfair and troubling. Earlier in June, Facebook made a similar move, reversing its ad ban for pre-approved cryptocurrency firms while still maintaining a ban on ICOs. All right, interesting news. We'll see how long that lasts or if it expands. You know what I did not do is take a look at the market right now. Let's look at CoinMarketCap real quick. You remember that, Mafus? That was back in February. That's right. Since I have this up, what was it? Not too long ago. Oh, it's coming down now. It was at 40-something% earlier. Here's a coin that I'm playing with called Mobile Link Token. It is up 18%. Earlier, it was up like 50-something%. So I see it starting to drop within the last hour or so. So it got its high, was at 0.25 cents. But this is a coin I'm interested in only because of what it can do, what the company behind it is attempting to do. And they're attempting to bring unlimited talk, text, and data cell phone SIM card for one price. One price. That's it. You don't have to pay a monthly on this. So knowing the telecom industry as I do, I made a whole lot of money in the telecom industry. I got my first start in a company that was offering long distance savings. Then I made a whole lot of money in a company that was offering cell phone savings. I was regional vice president of that company. So I think I have a little insight on the demand for cheap and affordable cell phone service. So with people that's going to want this, you know, in fact, with that type of company, you can build a network marketing company around that product. But I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in investing in it and seeing what the coin's going to be worth. And this is the coin, MobileLink token. So it has risen, like Ron said, it was up 63% this morning. And so this might be a token to hold on to for a while. Why? One, because it's cheap. It's only 2 cents right now. What if this sucker gets to $4 or $5 in the next 3 to 5 years? Not saying you need to. I'm just letting you know what I am doing here. But let's look at the whole market as a whole. What's going on? We are in a downslide right now. The entire market. And one of the things I always teach, a way for you to spot check this, when you see everything in the red, you're always going to see Tether in the green. Because the smart people, they're not selling their tokens. They're moving it into Tether, holding it there. When they feel the market has flattened out, they're taking it out of Tether and buying up more coins again. So the market seems to be on a slide right now. It's still above 200 billion, which is good. So I don't know if this is a slight correction or a major one. But if Bitcoin can remain over 6,400, we're good. Well, look at what's taking a hit? Ripple. Ripple's taking a big hit. So right now, I would not buy any coins. I wouldn't buy any coins right now. I would wait to see when this thing starts flatlining. And it kind of seems that way. Looking at this, the last 24 hours is only negative 2%. Ethereum's almost 10% negative, double-digit Ripple, almost double-digit EOS, Stellar, Cardano. Yeah, so I would sit and wait and watch this for the next couple of hours. When it starts to flatten out, when you see these numbers go more to like 1%, 5%, 8%, 4%, then you want to buy because it's flipping up the other way. Again, that's not advice, just a suggestion. All right, next article up. The U.S. government has spent, no, I'm going to say that one for last. Bitcoin and crypto ATM count expected to soar while evidence pops up all over the internet. And there's a reason why you hear me talking about Bitcoin ATM machines a lot. It will be revealed soon. That's all I could say. But let's pay attention to this. You know, one thing I tell the naysayers out there, the people who are skeptical about Bitcoin and blockchain and crypto, they don't think it's going to go anywhere. And I tell them all the time, your belief in this is irrelevant. Your understanding of this is irrelevant. You thinking cash is king is irrelevant because you're going to wake up one morning, you're going to be driving around, and you're going to start seeing Bitcoin ATM machines all over the place. What happened, Lashana? How long? What was that? A month ago or 2 months ago? She pulled up into, I think that was a gas station, and there was a Bitcoin ATM machine sitting in there. Think about that. You're going to start seeing these all over the place. How about instead of you waiting to see it, I want to get paid from these things. I'm always looking at it from an investor standpoint. Let me shut up on that right now. But despite all the FUD, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and volatility in the crypto landscape this past year, the market keeps chugging along, making small breakthrough after small breakthrough, according to a report on markets and markets.com. The crypto ATM market is expected to reach 144.5 million by 2023. You see that? I'm going to get some of that money. 144.5 million by 2023. Up from, get this, just last year it was at 6.8 million in 2017. At an annual growth rate of 54.7%. Yeah, you wanna some kind of way invest in that. I do have a way I haven't revealed yet, coming soon. To put that into perspective, that's more than double Amazon's 26.6% growth rate over the past 7 years. Signs of progress are popping up all over the internet, like this photo of a Bitcoin ATM at a mall in Vancouver, Washington. See that? What's up, B? Now, Vancouver, Washington, where another poster spotted a Bitcoin sign, is becoming a hot spot for crypto activity. Really? See, anywhere, this is why businesses will be smart. You want to start having some traction in your store, drop a Bitcoin ATM machine in there. You know, you're going to get yourself some traction. There's a hot spot for crypto activity. Look at this. You know, when I take cruises, when we do port calls, the restaurants that get the most traffic is whoever has the biggest sign outside saying free Wi-Fi. Any restaurant that says free Wi-Fi, everybody's going in it because they've been stuck on a boat for days and it's too expensive to use data on the boat. So they run to those restaurants and stores that got free Wi-Fi. You know what businesses are doing now? Putting up Bitcoin signs. Now you're going to get some traffic. Look at this one. This is a photo from downtown Toronto, one of the 206 Bitcoin ATMs in the city. We buy Bitcoin. So if you need some cash, you want to transfer your Bitcoin in for some cash, you don't want to have to use a bank, boom, right there. That's what you use a BitPay card for. Edmonton, Toronto's cousin to the west, decided to get in on the fun as well with this Bitcoin ATM at the West Edmonton Mall. Look at that. Look at that. Brighton, England gets in on the action with vintage Bitcoin street art. All right, Bitcoin ATMs on the rise. But are you getting paid from it? All right, next article up. The U.S. government has spent millions trying to track cryptocurrency users. Hey, Ron, yeah, take some pics if you're out there. If you guys, those of you guys in business with me, anytime you see Bitcoin ATM machines or anything crypto out in the world, you know, document it. Take some pictures of it. We use that for marketing. All right, so this article here, we're going to talk about the U.S. government. And I shared Uphold. Those of you that are using Uphold, they are starting to follow in the footsteps of Coinbase. Not as much. They're being proactive. They haven't been sued by the IRS or anything. But if you're doing large amounts of transactions, you're going to get on their radar screen. And I had kind of forgot. I have multiple accounts. And I forgot one of my Uphold accounts. I think it was in January, $40-something thousand worth. I think something like that, 50-something. And I got a message from them talking about, yeah, we want to know where, you know, we want to be compliant with the government and all that, regulations. So we need information on where did that money come from? You know, because they have the wallet address where it came from. They want to know who owns the wallet address. Was this income? Was this investing? Was this something else? And I saw them a message that said, you must be out of your freaking mind. Well, Mr. Ivey, you just have done a lot of transactions. That's not typical for the average user. I said, so you want to penalize me because I have Cadillac money coming through my account. You're making money on every single transaction. So in other words, guess what? I just won't be putting a whole lot of money through here again. But you're going to start seeing that all over the place. So the U.S. government has spent millions trying to track cryptocurrency users. However, you know what? I'm going to say this too. And again, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to discussing financial advice, but here's a little, I don't want to call it a trick. If you're involved in any entity that's going to give you a 1099 at the end of the year, make sure you're using one account where all of that income, because I don't buy Bitcoin, I earn Bitcoin, where all of that income is going to hit that one account. So it's one account from the company and it's one account for your Bitcoin wallet. Because the company's going to have to report their taxes and who they're sending it to in that wallet. And then depending on what wallet you're using, they're going to report that as well if you have a large amount coming in. So you want to keep it easy and simple, especially for audit reasons, that they can track. All of your other, if you have other Bitcoin investments going on, do not have your Bitcoin going to the same wallet that your wallet that you're having the 1099 go to. Common sense should tell you why, because I am being recorded and I don't want to be seen that Brandon's trying to tell people how to get over on something. But all I'm saying, for tracking purposes, don't mix your other investments that you're not getting a 1099 on into the account that you are. Because if you do, then they're going to start asking questions. Yeah, we know where this money came from, but you just deposited. Where'd this other Bitcoin come from? What source did that come from? Did you report it on your taxes? Well, who did it come from so we can see if they reported sending you this Bitcoin? You see what I'm saying here? So by doing this, it allows you to have a Bitcoin account where you are reporting your Bitcoin to taxes and it is being verified by multiple sources. However, your other Bitcoin, well, like I said, you're smart. You can read in between the lines of what I'm saying here. Hopefully, if you're educated in crypto, you know what I'm talking about right now, which is hurting me because I made that mistake. I didn't think of it on this line. That income I had that came in January had nothing to do with majority of the income I have coming in right now, and I use the same wallet. So I learned a lesson in the future. Now I'm going to do some research on all the different wallets out there that allow you to move money from your Bitcoin to your bank account and which ones are most off the grid. And when I say off the grid, meaning that when that transaction hits your bank account, it is not showing up as a crypto transaction. Coinbase does. I mean, the bank knows if you got a transaction happening from Coinbase, they know immediately, oh, you're doing something with Bitcoin. Uphold does not. They don't recognize that or flagging that down as a crypto transaction. So I'm going to do some research as far as all the other wallets out there. And I know people that use their BitPay card and they just pull cash out and put it in their bank that way. But, you know, there's certain volume amounts, like never move more than 3,000 in your bank account in one sitting. You're going to have some red flags. I have a friend who moved 40K and they froze his account because they started asking questions. Anyways, that's a whole nother topic. I'm not licensed to be speaking on that, just sharing my own experience. Let's go into what the U.S. government is doing here. If you've ever wondered whether Uncle Sam is spying on your cryptocurrency transactions, a new report reveals that If you reside or do business in the United States, the answer is probably yes. That's why I always state pay and report your taxes. Citing public records, research firm DR reports that U.S. government agencies have collectively spent $5.7 million hiring contractors who perform blockchain analysis, which involves linking an individual's identity with their cryptocurrency funds. Though there are tools and even individual cryptocurrencies that purport to allow users to send funds anonymously, the vast majority of cryptocurrency users leave enough of a trail that, equipped with the right tools, investigators can determine to whom a particular wallet belongs. And I'll give you guys another advice. I know individuals, I'm not saying what I do, they pay all their bills using their BitPay card, and they do it online. That way, those Bitcoins that they're using to pay their bills never hits their bank account, which means the bank account is not reporting that as income that can be taxed. So some of you guys, if you sell your Bitcoin and you're putting into your U.S. bank and then you're using your debit card to pay your bills, you're actually spending more money. I'm not saying that's what you should do. I just heard that's what somebody does. All right. Citing public records, I read that part. Though there are tools and even individual cryptocurrencies that purport to allow users to send funds anonymously, the vast majority of cryptocurrency users leave enough of a trail that, equipped with the right tools, investigators can determine to whom a particular wallet belongs. That's true, and it is happening. Once a cryptocurrency user exposes their pseudonymous cryptocurrency address to a service or individual who could identify it as belonging to their real-world identity, they run the risk of having their entire wallet and any other of their wallets with which that wallet has transacted exposed as belonging to them. Once a blockchain forensic expert takes the time to aggregate the data, there is already a company called, oh, good grief, I forgot what it's called, Chainalysis. That's their entire job. They're like the hound dogs of the bloodhounds of the internet. So they're matching it up. It's like that game, picture game, where you flip over the card and match up the pictures. That's what they're doing with everybody's accounts. That's why I state, if you have a company that you're making Bitcoin from and they're paying you in Bitcoin, do not mix your other crypto in that same wallet, because then they're going to tie all of your other wallets all together, and they know it's all tied to you. Think of when I was a kid, I watched Home Alone, and at the time, I laughed my ass off. That was like one of the funniest things I ever saw. And I remember the bandits that were breaking into the houses. At the end, one of the dudes would always flood the basement. That was like his little calling card. So when they finally caught the robbers at the end, the police officer said, you left the water on to flood the basement. Thank you. We now know every single house you hit. So instead of being charged for breaking and entering of one home, they're going to get charged with every single one. So it's the same thing here. If you start leaving a trail around and they're able to track all of your accounts together, there is one coin, though, that allows you to start mixing and matching, and they lose the sense. And the government hates it. It's Monero, which is why another coin you might want to invest in for its use value, Monero. All right, let me finish. Dame Mafuji, Marv and Harry. Yeah, that's right. All right. Frequently, these privacy lapses occur when a user deposits or withdraws funds at a cryptocurrency exchange that requires users to undergo identity verification. though they may also be the result of posting their cryptocurrency address online under their real name. Where and why would somebody post their address online under their real name or an identifiable pseudonym, or even transacting with someone else who has been unmasked? Okay, that right there. People ask me all the time, hey, Brandon, can you send me, some Bitcoin? I'm hesitant. Or can we use your Bitcoin account to pay for my thing, and I'll just send you money on PayPal or something like that? My answer is now, no. I don't know what eyeballs is watching your account. And so I'm sending you money on my account. Now I'm getting flagged. Now they know they got my account under watch. No. So you got to be very careful here. It's digital fingerprints. Sorry, I can't send you Bitcoin out of my own account. It may seem innocent today, but what if that person you're sending Bitcoin to does something illegal or some transaction, and they get investigated, and then they're going to look at all the wallets that they got money from, and your wallet pops up. Then all of a sudden you get a letter talking about, yeah, we want to know all of your Bitcoin accounts. Where did all your money? You sent money to this individual. This individual is under investigation for money laundering or fraud or whatever. Your wallet popped up in our investigation, so now we need to track you. Some might say I'm being over paranoid. No, I'm being proactive because the government is predictable. When you know history, you know they're going to do things a certain way. So this is what's going to happen. Anyways, IRS accounts for 38% of blockchain analytics spending. So if you're a business like Chainalysis, you're going to have a bottomless pit of money if you start working for the government to track down and do stuff on blockchain and whatnot. Unsurprisingly, the top spender among U.S. government agencies is the IRS, which is responsible for collecting federal income tax. The IRS has signed 9 contracts with cryptocurrency forensics providers, together worth just under $2.2 million and representing 38% of the government's total spending on these services. CCM reported last year that the IRS has contracted with blockchain tracing firms to help unmask investors who have not been accurately reporting their cryptocurrency investments income on their tax returns, and the agency has subsequently ramped up enforcement of alleged violations related to this asset class, even going so far as to take Coinbase to court in an effort to force it to hand over customer data. What's going on, Muhammad? However, the second largest spender in the U.S. government comes as much more of a surprise. One might expect that either the FBI, the DEA, or the SEC would be the agency next in line in spending on tracking cryptocurrency use. Instead, the second largest blockchain analytics client was Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. Really? Who enforces the government's immigration policies and investigates criminal activities involving foreign nationals living in the United States. ICE had taken out 9 contracts amounting to $1.5 million, while the FBI came in third with 12 contracts worth more than $1.1 million. Meanwhile, the SEC, which polices the securities market and has filed charges against a variety of cryptocurrency fraudsters and ICO operators, has spent less than $185,000 on tracing the flow of funds. They don't need to. because the IRS is doing it. Notably, spending has ballooned in 2018, even as the cryptocurrency market has declined around 70% from its all-time high, and interest among retail consumers has waned. Per the report, Chainalysis, there you go, is the preferred blockchain and analysis contractor of the U.S., having received $5.3 million, 93% of the $5.7 million paid out to these firms. These lucrative government contracts have also made blockchain tracing firms increasingly attractive to investors. There you go. You see that? I may not like what they do, but I can make money off of it. These lucrative government contracts have also made blockchain tracing firms attractive to investors. Startups operating exclusively in this field have collectively raised nearly $29 million. The most well-funded firm, once again, Chainalysis, has raised more than $17 million by itself. And this is just getting started. That $5.7 million is end up going to be $5.7 billion. Watch. As more and more Americans start getting into the blockchain, the government's going to want to track them. So firms like this are going to have huge contracts. There's money to be made out there, ladies and gentlemen. And that is it for Crypto Talk for today. I like what Bethany said there. Absolutely correct. If you are gaining knowledge and info from my live streams, like me up, light it up, hit the like button, share it. If you want to be informed whenever I do Crypto Talks, make sure that you subscribe. And not only subscribe, but also hit the alert so that you will be alerted when I go live. I hope you learned something new. As always, that is the point. I will be back. Today, Tuesday. Yeah. I'll be back for late night Crypto Talk tonight. It will be at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, followed by a KGX presentation. Those of you that need crypto education, we got it. And that's going to be on kgxglobal.info. 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. I'll type that. 9 p.m. Eastern on www.kgxglobal.info. Crypto education. See you all tonight. God bless. Bye-bye.